Hey friends, so today we're gonna look at the last year and just kind of reflect on stuff, maybe look back at what I kind of had as like goals at the end of last year, but just like talk about things that kind of defined 2018 for me, because there were a lot of things that happened this year that changed my world, whether it was for the better or for the worse, and I just wanted to kind of reflect on 2018. I was like 2019, 2017, what the fuck?
2018.
It's been a wild ride, friends. First things first, thank you to all of you who have decided to click subscribe this year. You guys don't even know how much it means to me. At the end of last year, I had about 13,000 some odd subscribers. And I remember I went back and I watched a video, my goals for 2018 at the end of last year, where I talked about things that I really wanted to kind of accomplish and things that I wanted to try and do more of this year. And one of them was to get out of my 13,000 subscriber funk. And what do you know? I got out of that very, very quickly. And I got to the 15,000 subscriber threshold, and then I got to like 18,000 in May, and then it just kept going up from there, and we are at like 26,000 something right now, and that is mind-blowing. After spending 8 years on YouTube, okay, 8 years, at least 8 years on this channel, who fucking knows, a long ass time. I spent at least 3 of them kind of stuck within the 13,000 subscriber funk, and in 1 year's time I double that number, and that's crazy. Like that's a lot of people. And so thank you to those of you who have clicked subscribe, who have left comments this year, who have liked my videos, who have shared my videos, people who have become a patron. You guys, like, this year YouTube has been so much fun. Like, YouTube has been so much more fun than it has been in the last few years, because like 3 years stuck within 1,000 subscribers and getting a bunch of hate and just like not feeling good about shit, it kind of wears on stuff. And so thank you for making this year the year where I'm like, oh, this is actually worth doing. This is actually worth my time. So thanks. I've made so many new friends this year on YouTube. I have made all kinds of new connections with folks. I've had things sent to me. Like, what? I never had that happen. Like, I don't even remember. It's been a good YouTube year. So thanks, y'all. Thanks so much. I wanted to get that out of the way because that's probably been one of the highlights of the year for sure. Some other awesome things that happened this year. I saw so much live music. I went to all kinds of festivals. I think the only festival I didn't go to was like Bumbershoot, but like I went to Timberfest, I went to Sasquatch, I went to Capitol Hill Block Party, I went to Freakout Fest, Fisherman's Village, all kinds of little venues and little festivals around the area. And I absorbed so much music this year, and I met all kinds of new friends. Again, I met all kinds of new people this year in the music scene, and it's just been generally a good time. Yeah, it's been a good time. It's been a good time in the music scene. I've taken so many awesome photos. I have taken portraits of my friends. I have taken some of my favorite live photos I've ever taken. If you guys want to see some of my favorite photos of the year, if you could follow my photo Instagram, I'm sharing things on there until the end of the year. And then I have a website with a bunch of photos on there as well. So like, you should check those out too. Yeah, I've taken so many photos this year, and I've just been so creatively fulfilled with photography this year, and it's been awesome. Creatively, this year has been like so much fun. Yeah. One other defining moment this year was the show that I work on got picked up by a bigger local network, and we have a better time slot, we have a better network, we have better numbers, we have all kinds of people watching our show now, and it's been a good kind of progression from where we were last year. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of fucking work, but it's been good. It's been a good time having a more reputable network showing our shit on TV. So that's nice. Yay, NBC affiliates. That was a good thing. We waited for that for a while. It was like, are they gonna pick it up? I don't know. And then we got to go meet with them, and I got to see my favorite newscaster in person. I was like, oh my God, you're real. And you're wearing jeans. What? This is weird. That was another highlight of the year. Or one other thing that was fun about this year, pink hair, man. Pink hair is so fun. I love it. I am so happy I decided decided to do this color because it's been a great like 8 months having it, and I don't see myself changing it anytime soon. So I've had people ask like, oh, what's your next hair color gonna be? Like, I don't know. I had purple for quite a while, and I don't see myself changing this for a while either. I might do like a slightly different pink, but I see myself having pink for a while, and I've really been enjoying it. It's so fun. I've had a really good hair year just in general. It's a weird flex, but okay. Intense moments this year, intense things that affected my year and kind of defined parts of it. When my friend almost died this summer, I've mentioned it in the past. My friend Matthew, he fucking almost died this summer. And in the process of him getting healthier, we became better friends. So that was an odd thing. It was like, oh, well, you're in the hospital, so like, let's hang out while you're in the hospital. It was weird. It was scary. I think that's the first time when anybody that I called like a friend like had that big of a scare, because usually I've been that person, or like my sister was that person. Like, we were the ones that almost die, not my friends. So it was scary. It was definitely scary not knowing on a week-to-week basis or on a day-to-day basis, being like, oh, is this going to be the last time I talk to this person? I don't know. This summer was weird. The summer was a very weird summer, but besides thinking about death in that instance, one other thing that was like just a tragedy this year that affected me more than I ever thought it would was Scott Hutchison of Frightened Rabbit taking his own life. And there's been people who I admire creatively who have killed themselves before. Philip Seymour Hoffman, Chris Cornell, people who I like admired and like liked their work and consumed their creative things. There's been people who I've liked, and they've died before. But this was the one that really, really, really affected me, because Scott was one of those people that I got to meet. I had friends who knew him from seeing them play like a gajillion times. His songwriting was some of my favorite songwriting that I've ever heard in my life. And I had a lot of friends that were equally as affected by it, that were more so affected by it. A lot of friends that I knew from like the early days of being on like the We Are Scientists message boards, and some friends that I knew from like the Seattle music scene who photographed bands and who really, really loved Frightened Rabbit. And so kind of being able to all mourn together was a really, I mean, it was nice, it was cathartic, but it was something that I had never experienced before. Like, I always said, growing up, the worst thing that could happen for me, for a band, was if the band broke up. I used to say that, like, oh, my worst nightmare would be like if We Are Scientists broke up, or if Phoenix broke up, or if so-and-so broke up. But I never knew what my actual worst nightmare was, it was not that. It was if somebody from a band that I love fucking dies. And that was the first time I've experienced that this year. And it was really weird, and it was really cathartic, and I listened to a lot of Frightened Rabbit. And then I discovered Master System, which was Scott's last project. And you'll hear more about that in my like top 10 albums, top favorite albums of the year. Whether that's been uploaded first or not, I don't know. But it was another thing that just got me thinking a lot about death, and got me thinking a lot about just like telling the people that I love platonically, or obviously my boyfriend romantically, who I tell I love him every day, just making the people in my life feel appreciated, and especially the people that I know who do struggle with anxiety and depression and just generally feel like shit a lot of times, and I don't even know about it. So I've been a lot more careful about what I say, and I've been a lot more open about things, and it affected me more than I ever thought it would. And because of that, I joined this really awesome group on Facebook that is like a Frightened Rabbit support group. Essentially, it's just a bunch of people who love Frightened Rabbit who share things, whether it's a good time or like they're having a really bad day and they need some encouragement. And it's just a wonderful place to share things into just a safe space, which you don't find a lot of safe spaces on Facebook. Facebook is generally just like an absolute hellhole. So this is a nice little like nugget of gold amongst absolute shit. It's been nice to have that since then. It's a weird feeling, really. I don't know. Oh, you better not start the fucking washing machine. One other thing that was sad and kind of rocked my world this year was that Sasquatch is done. Fucking my favorite part of the year, the thing that like made me a better photographer, like where I learned to take concert photography, is fucking done. Like gone. I don't know if they're ever gonna bring it back. I hope so, but I hope it's not something that's not what Sasquatch is. Like, the last thing I would want is for somebody to take that name and to make something entirely different out of it, because that's not real and that's not okay. But that kind of pushed me into kind of going to other festivals and seeking out other things and other smaller festivals and just honing my craft in different ways. And it's been weird thinking about it, because like right around now, because it's December, end of December, right around now is when they would be like doing early bird tickets, and then in a couple of months they would release the lineup. We're coming back on like the year where it's like, oh, now it's just not gonna be a thing. And I looked at the website the other day because my friend Christine posted something about it on the website. It just says thank you. It's the logo up in the top corner, and then it's just like 3 photos that like cycle through, and it just says thank you. And that hit me, because I'm like, wait, what? Because when it happened and when they said that Sasquatch was over, I sobbed for like an hour and I didn't know what to do for a couple of days. And then I got out of it, and then I was like, okay, well, Timberfest is coming up. Oh, Capitol Hill Block Party, all these other things are happening that are taking my attention. And then when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, you're right. Like, what are we gonna do Memorial Day weekend now? I don't know. And I know that's like a really first world problem, but like, I wouldn't say that Sasquatch was like a part of my identity, but I knew a lot of people that Sasquatch kind of was a part of their identity. And it was definitely a part of like, I learned how to take photos there. I learned how to be a good photographer at Sasquatch, and now it's gone. And it's weird thinking about something that has like been a part of my life for like a good third of it, just fucking being gone. Like, what? It's just like a weird empty feeling of like, well, oh, okay. Because I was going through photos, because I'm doing like a countdown of like my favorite pictures of the year on Instagram, and I was going through a bunch of things from this year, and then when I got to my Sasquatch folder, I was like, well, fuck. Like, I shared something from it, and my friend Eric was like, too soon. Like, he commented on it, too soon. And I was like, no, it's not, man. Like, it's almost 2019. What are we gonna do? We need to figure out what we're gonna do, because we need to do something. Having just an absence of a thing on Memorial Day weekend is not gonna work. Like, we're gonna have to do something. So that was a weird thing that happened this year that fucking destroyed my world. Yeah, there were a lot of good things about this year. I was creatively fulfilled almost all the time. There were a couple of bouts where I was just having a really hard time and I just didn't go see live music, and I was like, well, I gotta go see a show because I'm miserable. But overall, it was a really good year. Like, I have this whole new group of people on YouTube that watch me and that enjoy my content, and a whole new group of people that I'm friends with from YouTube, and then a whole new group of people that play music that I'm friends with and that I got to have on my show. And it genuinely been a great year, and thank you guys so much. Like, I know I make my videos like reading mean comments in ASMR, which is always fun to do, but like the nice comments and the nice things that people say, that means so much more to me than you could ever know. And I thank you so much, because this year has been very helpful for me financially on YouTube. Like, this is the first time when like I was getting a check every month since like May. Before this year, I would have to wait like 2 to 3 months to get like $100. And this is the first time when I've been able to get a check every month for a good half of the year, and it's been awesome. It's been so helpful, because living in a city where like the rent is fucking high and you don't know what the rent's gonna be like 6 months from now, it's scary not knowing if you're gonna be able to afford where you live. And having YouTube as like that extra bit of income has been so helpful. So thank you. I look forward to next year. I look forward to getting to, I mean, okay, so if like we double the subscriber this year from like 13 to 26, if we double, we could get to 50 this year. Who knows? Probably not. That's an unrealistic goal, okay? That's a really unrealistic goal that I'm not gonna make for myself. Maybe 30. 30,000 would be great. I don't know. Been a good year. I got some things already in the works for next year that I'm really excited for. But this was a very sporadic and very scatterbrained video, but yeah, I just filmed another one before this. So that's just how it goes when you film 2 videos in one day. How do any of you film more than 1 video in a day? Because like you get like your brain, you do one and then you're like, oh, well, my brain is spent. I'm just gonna like shut it off for a while. How do you do it? I don't know. I hope this wasn't too random or too sappy, but I am a huge sap, if you couldn't tell. So Thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing and for being good people. You guys are awesome. Please check out my photos in the link below. Please check them out. I'm very proud of them this year. And I'll post a link to my Sasquatch playlist as well. Today's song of the day is... Actually, I'm not going to make it a Master System song. So, you know how I was talking about my friend Matthew? His band put out an EP finally. Fucking after like months and months and months and months, we're like, let's do 2 different photo shoots. Now you need music to put on your website, boys. So my friend Matt's in a band and they're called Bad Honey. And they recorded an EP and I was there for part of the recording. So that was cool. But which song? Going Nowhere by Bad Honey is your song of the day. If you like straightforward bluesy rock and roll, it's what it is. So I'll post a link to their website in the description because I took all the fucking photos. Literally all of them. Like all of them. All of the pictures I took. So yeah. Thanks for a great year, y'all. Thanks for sticking by me and for being great and for being awesome. And I don't know what I'm going to say next. So, thank you. I love you guys. See you next time. Who knows? Will this be 2019? I don't know. This might be the last video of the year. Harken back to like old time Abby videos where like nothing makes sense. Hey. Okay, bye.